What's going on, everybody? Back again, back again. Couldn't get rid of me. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Oh, man. It has been a day, but we were rewarded. Those that play or those that waited for this New York news. We weren't fully rewarded, but we were rewarded a little bit. So, rewarded enough. Normal starters for the Sun just come out. And then we already got news that Burke was starting again for New York. So let's see here. Core plays for these two games. Let me look. Honestly, hadn't even thought about for the late slate core. Get off of that. Just Kennedy Burke, one of JJ or Sabrina, and Asia Wilson. That should be the core. And you can pick either Sabrina or JJ. The matchup's a little better for JJ, but Sabrina should have immense usage. Like she had last game that Stewie was out. Let's look here. Sabrina had 33.3% usage share when she was on the floor. John Quill was just shy of 25. So both should take on a bunch of usage. Both look really good. Thoughts on Burton, his last piece in? I think it's fine. It's gross. I currently have her in, so I'm not expecting her to shoot 8 of 12 again, or even play anywhere close to the minutes that she was playing. But like you gotta scroll way down here to get to her. But if she plays 10 to 12 minutes and scores 8 to 10 fantasy points, I'm gonna be happy just for what she unlocks for me. But it's rough. Like if I pulled up rotations, she played the entire fourth. Obviously, the game was a massive blowout. She's not going to play the entire fourth again. Very likely, she at most would play like 13 or 14 minutes. And the big worry with her is if she comes out and takes a couple threes at the start of the second quarter, because that's usually when she subs in, and misses them, they may just not go back to her. Like she may get one rotation, 4 or 5 minutes, and that's it. So it's a risk playing her, but what she unlocks, the tournament upside it's a lot. So you just have to weigh your risks if you want to play really risky or if you want to play it safe. The New York value looks immensely better than Bantam. Yep, I think you can absolutely play Dočić. I don't think Stewie out really changes much with Dočić. It's just the fact that Sloot has been so bad. Like these past couple games, 18 and 15 minutes. This was a game that Stewie was out. She only played 15 minutes, and the team was just better when she wasn't on the floor. But God honest, I love Sloot. She was a great player once. She's not a good player anymore. She's just not. And like they played Dočić more than Sloot. Now I understand Dočić shot 4 or 5, had 12 real life points, had almost 18 fantasy points, but 18 minutes, that's quite a bit of minutes. I would expect her to be the first guard off the bench. Like if we look at New York, we've got JJ, Sabrina, Fibich, Sloot, and Burke starting. How many minutes can we really expect from Thornton? I mean, it's a neck injury. Maybe they limit her a little bit. And then you got Baby Sabali, who probably plays like 10 to 12 off the bench. Both those are bigs, though. And then Dočić, she's the guard play off the bench. And if Sloot struggles, it's going to be Dočić that gets extended. Bonner, maybe Bonner for me. If you have the additional salary, I would go Bonner. Yep. I just like the safety of minutes with Bonner. It is a good matchup too. Like no Benajelani defense. It's a good matchup for Bonner. I'm really confident she's going to play like 34, 35 minutes, assuming the game stays close, like I think it will. And like with Mabry, she's been better of late, but there is always the worry that they just pull the rug out from under her and she plays like 27, 26 minutes. I can't play. Oh no, just with Bree Jones playing better of late. I'm expecting her to play right around 30 minutes, maybe push a little bit more if no foul trouble, and then they're just going to play small ball 5 with AT, just because New York is small. Like they don't have very many bigs. JJ is really their only big, so would not surprise me if Ono only plays like one shift, like 4 or 5 minutes, and just can't get there in that. Yeah, she's been corpsing Evander. Yeah, oh my God. She's been bad. She legitimately cost me $5,000 on Underdog the other day. I still finished top 10, and I had her dead beat. Like, she was a dead beat. She was dead weight. She scored 8 fantasy points. I think I lost by like 11. Like, if she has a decent fantasy day, like I win $5,000 on, I would take down on Underdog. Thoughts on JJ and Sabrina? I mean, I love it. I love playing both of them. The usage is just going to be nuts. Like I understand it's not the best matchup with Dejanay Garden Sabrina, but she is gonna chunk. She's gonna shoot that rock as much as she can. Probably like 24. If I had to guess, like 24, 28 shots for Sabrina tonight. And then JJ, she's always super efficient. And I think both of them left shots out there last time out. Like JJ, she started 1 of 7, then ended up having a good game after that, but 14 shot attempts. If she ticks up to like 15 to 18 shot attempts, like here against Connecticut, she only took 8. She put up 30 fantasy points in 35 minutes. Then this game against Connecticut, she shot 9 of 14 and put up 50. So the upside is definitely there with JJ, and then everyone knows the upside that Sabrina has. Like this game against Connecticut here, she shot 8 of 15, 10 peripheral stats, 37 fantasy points. Then 8 of 16 again, 40 fantasy points. So pretty high ceiling on both of them. And now you factor in no Stewie, and it makes them both look very appealing. It makes me feel really good that now obviously like what NECA and Joel Lloyd did. I did mention I was very high on that game, but I didn't touch anybody in the first 2 games except for Azura Stevens, and she had a great game, so I'm happy there. And like I'm stacking JJ and Sabrina in this game in the Queen of the Court qualifier. Just I'm taking a stand, and if it bites me, it bites me. I'm guaranteed money no matter what. But I know there's a couple other lineups that have the same remaining time left as me, and I don't think they're going to go the same route that I am. So that's another reason why I'm doing it. Fast-paced game versus aces. Is it more of a Cardoso game or Isabel bounce back? It's really tough. Like I love the matchup for Cardoso. Like Kia Stokes isn't going to like blow her away. Like Stokes wants to be under the basket grabbing boards, and that works perfect for Cardoso. So I lean, they want Cardoso out there. But if Harrison comes out and plays well, they may extend her and limit Cardoso. It's really like a coin flip. I lean that they're going to stick with Cardoso. I projected her at 29 minutes. So, and Isabel at 15. So I do like Cardoso. It is a pretty good matchup for her. It doesn't show that it is, but it really is. earlier in the season when they played them. She only put up 21 and a half in 30 minutes, but she's fine at her price point. I don't mind her there. Yep, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Last stream before the Olympic break. I will not be able to stream before the showdown tomorrow night. I forgot I had plans. So, last stream of the first half of the season. So, Stokes or Harrison? Harrison for me. Just if Stokes is only going to play 14 minutes, I would much rather have the player that has offensive upside, and that's Izzy. Like Stokes offers no upside on offense. Let's ride. Yep. 2 games away from seeing who wins this Queen of the Court. I'm excited. I think what I'm going to do is I'm planning on recording the YouTube video for tomorrow after this New York, Connecticut game when we have a little bit of a lull before the Aces game starts. So I'm not up just extremely late after the Aces game's over recording a video. But Tiffany Mitchell or Burton, man, like Burton's minutes were down last game. Mostly, like Burton's minutes have really been down the past 2 games. Probably Tiffany Mitchell. I don't love it. Like Mitchell minutes are up and down, and she's not a very good fantasy point per minute player. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be Mitchell. I would much rather just play Burke though, like Burke or Hayes. Those are my 2 favorite in this range. Burke by a landslide though. Like she's going to play high 20s, low 30s minutes. Bonner or Carter, man, it's close. If you told me that Kennedy Carter was going to play 33 minutes, I would say Kennedy Carter. Like right now, I have her projected for 32 minutes and the exact same fantasy score as DeWanna Bonner. Now, could Carter play more? Yes. And if she does, she has the edge, but safer play is Bonner. With how the last game went with Carter, the safer play is Bonner. Harrison or Burke? Burke, absolutely. Not close. I mean, Harrison can get there, but that is just a way more risky option. Burke is going to play big minutes. Like the game that she started this last time out, she played 31 minutes, shot 3 of 9, so didn't have a good shooting game. 4 stocks, 5 peripheral stats, 7 points, 21 fantasy points. If she gets you 21 fantasy points at 5,200, you're doing a backflip. Like that's perfect. Burke is my favorite down here in this range. If you can get to her. Is Wilson, Sabrina, JJ too chalky of a core? I mean, if you can get to them, you pretty much have to double punt if you're playing all 3 of them. That's the only bad thing. So, I really like. Who was it in this late slate that I was just looking at? Oh, Burke. I mean, you can absolutely play all 3 of them. Like if you wanted to go Asia, Sabrina, JJ, Burke, like start with that and then figure out the rest, you can. I figure it's going to be pretty popular though. I don't know if everyone will play both of Sabrina and JJ, but I figure with Asia and Burke those will be like Asia and Burke will be the 2 most popular plays on this late slate. I'm debating between Asia Cardosa and Sabrina Jonquil. It's tough. I probably would go Sabrina Jonquil. Like if you're just straight up, like raw power, raw tournament winning upside is on the Sabrina Jonquil side. We know what Asia will do. She's going to walk out there and at least get 50 fantasy points. Like 100% without a doubt, she's going to get 50. But Sabrina and JJ both could. Like, it would not shock me. Both of them went over 40, and neither of them had very good games. Like, Jonquil didn't even get a double-double. She played 34 minutes, put up 41 fantasy points. Wasn't very efficient shooting the ball. I did have 7 assists, though, which is kind of an outlier. But then, like, Sabrina shot 9 of 21. Like, the usage is just going to be nuts with Sabrina. So it's really up to you. I think the upside play, though, is the New York Big Two. 12 minutes for Baby Sabali. I think she's a fine play down here as a cheap option. I think she'll be just fine. She's a pretty good fantasy point per minute player, but I just worry that she's not going to get enough run. Gray or Burke? Chelsea Gray? Probably I probably lean Burke. I'm just more confident that she's going to play big minutes. Chelsea Gray, I'm not confident in her minutes at all. So I would lean saving 2,500 and just playing Burke and then spinning up somewhere else. Yep, Dochkic absolutely in play as a punt. She looks solid. She's gonna be the guard play off the bench. And Sloot has played absolutely abysmally the past couple games. Obviously, since I said that, she's going to go out and have her best game of the season, and Dochkic is barely going to play. But it is what it is. I'll die on that hill just with how bad she's been playing. I'm going to play Dochkic. Yeah, I love the revenge and just a matchup for John Quill. Yep. I mean, when JJ wants to go, when someone pisses her off or she wants to go, she can go. I mean, she's a reigning defending MVP, but 2020 she won the MVP. I mean, she can ball. She can lead a team to the playoffs by herself. Now she's more of a complimentary piece, third option. But when someone's out, it kind of reopens the gates for her to dominate again. Chelsea Gray Clark or T. Mitch Cardosa. I can't pay those prices I can't pay the price for Alicia Clark. She's just way too expensive for me, and I'm not crazy about Chelsea Gray, so I'll go Tiffany Mitchell Cardosa. I'm not crazy about Tiffany Mitchell either, but I just the price on Alicia Clark. 6,300. Oof. Yeah, I mean, she can, if she scores, hits a couple threes for you, she can get there. But here's a 21 minutes, 10 fantasy points, 28, 12, 19, 16. Obviously, she can have a couple good ones. Here this game when she started against Dallas, 25 fantasy points in 29 minutes. Obviously, that's a great game. But at 6,300, it's pretty steep to get there with her. In that range, I would much rather play Phoebich over Chelsea Gray. I know Phoebich is going to play low 30s minutes. All three of these games are the three games that she started, 33, 32, 31. And all the games she's gotten better in. So I would prefer her over Chelsea Gray. I do like Ty Harris too, though. I think she's a great tournament play. Mabry or Bonner for me. I think it's pretty close. So Mabry, this is a game where Mabry could have a good one, but I think Bonner can have a good one here too. And last time out against New York, she played the entire game, all 40 minutes, 38 fantasy points. Obviously, shot 6 of 16, but she's going to play big minutes. And then earlier this season when they played, she played 34 minutes, had another poor shooting game, 4 of 14, and still put up 35. So she's been over 35 in both of her games and is only 9,200. And then Mabry against the Aces earlier or late last month, she played 36 minutes, shot 8 of 16, 10 peripheral stats, 21 real life points. So I do like the spot for Mabry as well. There's a lot of ways you can go on this slate for sure. It's a lot of fun. This late slate, 10K to first it's pretty sick. Let's see. Answering a couple questions in the Discord. Let's see here. Locking in Dochkic, I don't mind it. The only the only thing that can happen with Doncic is like Sloot play really well and get extended. That's the only way that Doncic would see like her minutes cut. But anytime she's got extended, she's played fairly well. Like here, 17 in this blowout, 7.5 fantasy points. Like 25 and 7. That's not great. 25 and 19. That was a closer game where she got extended. This game here was fairly close the whole way through. She just played well. Obviously, not expecting a ton from her, but you don't need a lot from her to hit value at 3,600. And then like Banham here, oof, it's tough. Like last time they played New York, she played 7 minutes and 3.5 fantasy points. Oh God, I'm stressing. Yep, I think some of the plays in the first game will be lower owned because the second game is such a high total. I always love Jackie. Anytime she's under 10K, I have some interest. I'm not playing her tonight, but it's a great spot for her. Yeah, Sloot is washed. I hate to say it, but she is absolutely washed. She is washed up. Let's see here. Thoughts on Lindsay Allen as last man in? I don't mind it. Her minutes have been super secure of late. Like they're probably trading Dana Evans during the All-Star break or during the Olympic break. Like 33, 32 minutes last couple times out. She doesn't have a very high scoring ceiling, like offensive wise, but she's going to get you some peripheral stats. And if she ever does score well, 38 fantasy points. She can pop every now and then. And this is a extremely high pace up spot. So I don't mind her as last piece in. Asia Sabrina, Ono, Tiffany Hayes with last 4 spots. I don't know if I would play Ono. I just don't think she's going to get enough run to matter. I would just rather play Baby Sabali, who I know will get at least 10 minutes off the bench. I just don't trust Ono to play. With New York being such a small team now, I just don't. And Connecticut wants to win this game, so they'll probably just play AT as a small ball 5. Can I still take down if I didn't play Stevens? It's tough, but yeah, there's other ways like people can be optimal. Like at her price, she had a great game. But NECA had a great game at her price. Like I'm more confident that like NECA probably finds her way into the optimal more so than Stevens. But we'll see. Stevens was like almost 2K cheaper though. So Atkins did have a little bit of a letdown game though. So that hurts. But you can still have a good day for sure. Takedown might be out of the question though. Just with Atkins, like she just didn't really get there. Of course, glad to help. I do like Plum. 8,700 solid. I couldn't get to her with everything else. Jackie or AT? AT if you have the salary. Like Jackie's money, but like nobody's talking about AT. She's only 10.3K, so I definitely don't mind getting some AT if you can get there. Mabry Burke or Doncic Jones. Doncic Jones. I just want access to those spend ups with New York. Oh my Lord. Yep. I don't hate it. If it's a gut call, you should do it. like 100%. Like every now and then, gut calls. There's a reason deep down in your belly you feel that way. So I don't hate it, but I can't do it. It wouldn't like nothing would shock me with their rotation anymore. Doncic, Bree Jones, or Burt Cardosa. Probably Burt Cardosa. I think Cardosa can get fairly close to matching Bree, and then Burke just her floor is just so much safer than Doncic. I am not playing Burke in the Queen of the Court contest, and I don't love it. I don't feel great about it. I'm still debating what I'm going to do. I've been sitting here for an hour. Ever since we got the Stewie out news, I've just been sitting here debating. What's the birthday dinner? I'm making a roasting potatoes. It's starting to smell a little better in here. I just can't get to Thornton. Like at her price, her floor is just so low. Like, I mean, last time out, she played 25 minutes and had 2 fantasy points. If she's not hitting her shots, she ain't getting there. Of course, game before that, 28 minutes, she shot 5 of 7 and put up 26. But she just has an extremely low floor. Super volatile, but a fine tournament play for sure. Thank you. We'll see where I end up, but Ray Burrell at 14%. Okay. I don't know. There was some ownership that was a little bit odd in the Queen of the Court. When you're playing for that kind of money in that small of a field, for people to play plays like that, whatever. Would you play Sabrina, Doncic, Sabally, or just 2 of the 3? You can absolutely play 3 New York players for sure, 100%. They don't. I think they have 9 active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 10. But like Davis and Sherrod, they're just not going to play. Like unless it blows out, like they're not going to get any run. Like that was the first game against Chicago. She did not play in the second one. And then Sherrod didn't play in the second one either. So even when they were even more shorthanded. So they're really just going to run an 8-girl rotation. Sabally is going to play like 10 to 12 minutes off the bench. Doncic should play quite a few, depending on how Sloot plays. And then Thornton should play like 18 to 20. Stokes, Clark, or Thornton on FanDuel. Man. I guess Clark. I don't really love any of them. It's probably just Clark. AT or Angel Reese. AT, I believe. Yeah, AT. I had to look at projections. But yeah, AT. I like the discount on AT. I think she's too cheap. Not for me. I would just much rather play the New York value just because, like, I know they're going to play. Like with Wnba, would not shock me if she gets a DNP. Like, yeah, she's played. She had a good game here against Atlanta, 11 minutes, 13 fantasy points, and then was headed towards a DNP on that big showdown slate and played 2 minutes at the very end of the game in a massive blowout. And then here, just surprisingly, comes in the second quarter, hits a couple threes, and then starts the second half over Kennedy Carter. So not expecting that again. But if people want to take shots on her, you can. It's not for me. Let's go Sky. I think the Aces are going to handle them pretty handily. I like me some Bree Jones. I think her price is still fairly low. 8,200 is exactly where I want to be. I mean, she smashed last time out against Phoenix in only 25 minutes because of the blowout. Last time out against New York, she played 35 minutes. So she can play big minutes. It would not shock me to see her play low 30s minutes here. And the problem is like her rebounding numbers aren't the best. They have really never been, just because AT dominates the glass. Bree Jones usually just blocks out so AT can grab the board. She's just a great teammate. But I definitely don't mind Bree Jones at her price. Ryan Howard is 3K on FanDuel. Are you serious? I hadn't even looked. That's amazing. She's like 8.2K on DraftKings. Everyone already knows I'm playing her. Like 100% I'll be playing Ryan Howard. Yep. Onion were played almost every second that Carter sat. I was looking at that before I recorded the video last night. Let's see here. So Onion were in when they took Kennedy Carter out in the first quarter, they brought Diamond DeShields in. Then they took Mabry out to start the second quarter and brought Onienwer in, and Mabry came back with 7.5 to go in the second quarter, and they took DeShields out. Onienwer played till right at the 3-minute mark. Then Onienwer played the entire third quarter over Kennedy Carter and the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then Carter subbed in for him. So I don't know. It's weird. I think the Sky will keep it relatively close, but I think the Aces will, since it's in Las Vegas. I like the Aces. I think they'll roll them up. They won't be looking forward to the break yet. Not having lost to the Sparks just like a week or two ago. Becky's going to have that team ready because they really can't afford to lose very many more games if they're trying to still get the number one seed for the playoffs. Yeah, that is wow. Well, you're going to be able to make some busted lineups on FanDuel tomorrow. And for some reason, people will still fade her. Like, she'll only be like 75% owned tomorrow. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Sky. You're talking about Ryan Howard. All right, I got you. Yeah, I can't believe that. Well, I did not make any changes because it's locked. So let's see. I ended up playing Rachel Bannon, Dochkic, and the two studs for New York in this game. So let's see. Rachel Bannon's 8%. Oh, whatever. Dochkic is 14%. Now here's the winners. This is the reward that I hope to reap. Jonquel Jones, 28%. Sabrina Ionescu, 24%. I still have Asia Wilson left. I am ready to absolutely mega tilt if one of the two New York Stars doesn't do well. Yes, I played Bannon. It's gross, but I don't think anyone else was going to play JJ and Sabrina together. And I wanted to play both of them, and I wasn't coming off Asia. So had to kind of make a gross call and play Bannon. So it is what it is. No, I understand. I never liked chasing. I didn't want to, but there was no other plays. There was no other plays down there. Trust me. I did not want to play Rachel Bannon. But once Stewie was rolled out, I knew I wanted to play JJ and Sabrina. Sabrina 3-ball already. Oh, don't get me excited. Oh, baby. JJ still. Oh, man, guys. Oh, man. I just need Kennedy Burke not to go wicked crazy. If she does, I'm in trouble. But, all right. That's going to do it for me, guys. It was awesome. I love doing these live before locks. Really excited for the second half of the season. Get a month break. I'm hoping that they do something for women's basketball at the Olympics. Not sure if they will, but if they do, I'll absolutely cover it. I'm going to find something to cover in the meantime, but I'll have the YouTube video out after this game is over. I'll record it, get it posted before the Aces game starts. And then we'll enjoy our last slate before the break. But good luck to everybody, and we'll see you in August.